All right. Since I was doing French jazz just then, I I will segue it. I was talking about Henri Texier. This is the first record, masterpiece. Again, not easy to get, not cheap to buy. So this is my segue into spiritual jazz. I have to say that in the last 18 months, I would say I have focused myself on trying to find some great spiritual, what you would call spiritual pieces. How does one define spiritual jazz is a very difficult debate. I guess it's, to me, it is music that calls to the divine, to the abstract, to the otherworldly. Um, but there is a divine quality of this. The musicians are trying to channel God um, in their music. I think, and that's why spiritual. I mean, it might mean something totally different to other people, but to me, for what I seem to gather, it's what it is. Anyway, um, whatever it is, it's not free jazz. It's not avant-garde jazz. Well, it is a little bit. It's not bebop. It's not post-bop. it's it's its own kind of a beast. It's jazz with a consciousness. That's it. It's mostly black consciousness jazz with a spiritual sort of tinge to it. Anyway, here are 10 great records. If I can hold in my hands properly. All right. What I'm listening to at the moment is an absolute. It's a fucking monster. It's Philip Coran and the Artistic Heritage Ensemble. It's called On the Beach, the record. On the Beach is a sumptuous, it's totally sublime. It's soul jazz with, Philip Coran, he was one of the founding members of the AACM, the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicianship. And this guy took his side of things into a different territory from, say, the Art Ensemble of Chicago or Anthony Braxton or Richard Abrams. His was more melodic, more ethnic. He plays a thumb piano, I think it's called a kalimba, and he's got singers in the background. This is just totally fantastic. Totally mind blowing. 4 songs. Philip Coran, On the Beach, 1968 maybe, or something around this is nice. All right, let's continue. This is not a spiritual jazz record. It's more like a funky-ish record, but it definitely fits the spiritual idea. It's a record from Washington, D.C. Psycho Funk, hello. The Oneness of Juju with African rhythms. This is a reissue, and can't afford an original of this, but it's just a great black consciousness record. Very infectious, beautiful musicianship on it. Really amazing. The Oneness of Juju, highly recommended. Okay, this is a soul jazz universal sound reissue. Again, mind-blowing record. Donald Alexander Strawn and the Freedom Ensemble with soul translation. This is an odyssey, really. This record is a freaking odyssey, that's what it is. It's magical music. It will transport you. Well, it's even called a spiritual suite, so, it says it all. But I don't know much about these guys, the Freedom Ensemble, and don't know what accent is drawn. I don't really know. I don't have a lot of knowledge about the record. I just know this record is superbly played, and it just takes you onto a journey. When you put it on, it's almost like listening to a good krautrock, cosmic krautrock record, like a good sort of Amandul or a good Ashra Temple record, you know, but the jazz version of it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. This was originally released in 1975. Special thanks for the Center of Afro-American Studies. Very cool. Wallingford, Connecticut. That Wallingford is where Tony, Mr. Fatboy, lives. Hello, Tony. So this record, you might be able to find this record more easily than I do. This is a wonderful French spiritual jazz, or French and it's a collaboration, French and American and African, Soul of Africa, Hal Singer and Jeff Gilson. Jeff Gilson is a French guy. He's from Alsace and east of France, near where I come from actually. And Hal Singer is an American guy. He's on tenor sax. If you can find it, pick it up. This one has been shown in the VC before. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful piece. Ghetto Music by Eddie Gale. What to say about this record? It is a monster. It is a monster record. A big, sort of big band type of record, deep and spiritual to the max. You know, you can hear echoes of Don Cherry in this record. It's absolutely wonderfully played. It's everything that the cover promises to be. It delivers. Continuing with another monster. I'll put the sleeve on this later. Okay, this is an OG on Impulse. This is a motherfucker of epic proportions. Michael White's The Land of Spirit and Light. Michael White is a violin player who was in the Fourth Way with the three other people in the Fourth Way. I've just gone blank. This is so deep. This record, it's just a beauty. To me, it's the pick of the Michael White lot. Amazing record. On Impulse, found this for $15 at the record fair. I couldn't believe when it just appeared in front of me. Goodness knows, sometimes you get lucky. Here's a wonderful 2-tracker with a cast of thousands. Amazing record. Black Renaissance. This is on Love and Hate. Bodies, Mind and Spirits. Totally deep spiritual jazz record. From New York, recorded in New York City. And you would know Woody Shaw and Asa Lawrence. Billy Hart is on drums. M. Tume is on percussion. I mean, these are famous players. You'll know quite a few of these people. Amazing records. This is a reissue. You can pick this up quite easily. Highly recommended. Beautiful record. Once again, I'm not going to make the 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. I'm happy the way I am. Now, continuing. Here is a kind of art ensemble of Chicago, but the African sort of answer to it. And this is Double Brand with the African Space Program. It's a free, amazing record. It reminds me a lot of our ensemble of Chicago for some reason. This is an OG on Enya. The African Space Program. What a great name for a record too. It just does exactly what it says on the tin. It's got Cecil Bridgewater on it. He was the husband of Dee Dee It's got Enrico Rava. It's got the mighty Cecil McBee on bass. This is a fantastic record, recorded in New York City. Beautiful record. The African Space Program by Donald Brandt. And since we're talking about a guy from South Africa, because Donald Brandt was South African after all, we can talk about a mighty, mighty spiritual South African record, Batsumi. This is a reissue on Matsuri Music. 500 copies only. Good luck finding one now. I think they've just remade a run of 75 copies. I think that's what Anthony Camplone was showing me the other day. But I got to thank Chris417, Christophe. We showed this record first. Bona fide spiritual jazz classic, amazing from start to finish. From South Africa. And finally, last but not least, again, a cast of thousands. A fantastic record. Has just been reissued by Soul Jazz, I think. This is the Detroit Jazz Composers Limited with the Hastings Street Jazz Experience. If you like the Tribe, Wendell Harrison. In fact, Wendell Harrison is on there. Look at the number of players. Look at this. These are all players on the record. It's just amazing. And all these people are on vocals, and all of them are playing instruments. It's an orchestra, like full orchestra from Detroit. And I'm going to stop here. 10 really fantastic spiritual jazz records. Thank you, VC.